Hello everyone. I am very excited. If you can't tell, I am super excited. So I did not take any more videos after yesterday. And hello, so sorry. I'm so excited that I have not introduced. This is Vlogtober number 6. I'm very far behind. I have been working on quite a lot of things, to be honest. So I did not take any more videos last night. One, because my lighting, I saw the video and I realized how bad the lighting was, so I'm very sorry about that. But also, I did not take it out of the dye pot last night. So all of the fiber that I had, I left it inside the dye pot and I left it overnight. And so I want to show you my results. First, I do want to show you the, so a lot of this fiber is fiber that I don't know what it is. I was given it by my friend. I was given the fiber by my friend. So it's rough. I don't know very much about sheep yet. So like I know merino and some long wools and things like that, but I would not be able to know what kind of wool this is. So, oh, it's showing up on here. So this is the white that I started with, and this is a little carded bat. So as you can see, it does have quite a bit of color. And the funny thing is that this, I did not do anything to. I just put it inside of the container that I had the madder roots in. And then this is also, so you can see, you can right here in this area, that's very, very colorful. So it's like a light, I would say peachy orange kind of color. And so I made these bats. I don't really weigh the bats out. I have this little, a friend of mine let me borrow, she's a store owner, and she let me borrow her carder for about 2 years. And that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. And well, you know, it was her carder, so she took it back this year. And so now I do have this little carder. It's a Louette Junior, and I got it, I got it with a wheel that I had bought a few years back when I first started spinning. I bought a Louette, I believe it's the one that has a hole in the wheel, and I really liked it. But the thing is that when I was looking for it, I wanted a double treadle. And what that means is that the wheel has two places so that you could put both of your feet to treadle. Unfortunately, it was sold to, I bought it because I have a very hard time saying no. So I bought the wheel and this for, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe $300. I did end up selling that wheel immediately. I sold it and shipped it off to somebody in a different state, and I kept this. I'm not sure how good it is. I've never seen one of these in person that is not mine, so I'm not sure if the teeth are correct. There is one spot where the teeth are all knocked down, so I'm thinking of maybe getting a different carding cloth for it. But so that's my little guy. It works really well. Right now what I'm working on is, I carded these years ago when I first started. So they've been through some moves. They're not in the best of shape. But I'm gonna be spinning this. And I'm going to be spinning this with some yellow. This is another bat that I made as well. This is the green. And then I made a little bat of blue. I'm going to be mixing it a little bit further. I am just trying to get all of that wool that I had. I'm just trying to use it up. This is not the softest. This red and The yellow is the only one that's kind of soft. So this does not necessarily need to be soft. It is very blue, very deep blue. So I'll be carding that again. I have not necessarily carded with this carder to blend. So the teeth are very long. And from what I have read, that means that it's more of a putting fiber together kind of carder, as opposed to when they have finer teeth, then that is more for blending. So I'm gonna actually try to use, I just bought some huge things. So I'm gonna try to use that to see as like a hackle or something. So we'll see about that. And then, so this is some more wool, some more of that white. And as you can see, it's very dotted with VM. There's quite a bit of VM. I am not shy with VM. I don't shy away from it, or it's not something that deters me from using the fiber. I mean, most of the times it'll come out in spinning. And if it does not, you can just pick it out. This is quite a bit of VM, but I make this into very rustic yarn. So, and it's not anything that's going to be next to my skin at all. So nevertheless, like it doesn't necessarily matter. And then I made this little bat. The pink is blowing out. Oh, there's some pink and there's some blue, just very lightly colored. This is actually pink that I dyed with some Easter egg dye earlier this year. And this is some other fiber that I have. I do believe these ones, I did card this. This is a churro. This is some churro wool that I had. So I did that, and then it's very interesting to see how your prep really does change the way that your fiber looks at the outcome. So this is also the same exact, it does have some vegetable matter, but since I took out quite a bit of it, you can't necessarily tell. So look at that. It's just clouds. It's lovely. So it's very interesting. Like I said, again, this carder, I'm pretty sure that you're not supposed to put a carder with a lot of VM. I know that when I had my friend's carder, I never put anything that had even a little bit of VM, of vegetable matter inside of it. But this one is just so big. So I just feel like I have yet to see any vegetable matter get stuck in the teeth. So I use it for that. I'm so sorry I'm reaching down. I should have thought about that. And then this is another bat that this one is a lot prettier than I remember it being. So I don't know if you can see the little sparkle. And then here's the other side. So see, look, I layer it. So it has quite a bit of layers. And this one's very pretty. And then I have this one, this is a very small bat. This is a lot smaller. I don't necessarily weigh out my fiber unless if I am looking for something specific, unless if it's a specific project, but I don't have anything specific. I'm just trying to really use up all of this white. And surprisingly, I still have some more white. That white has a lot of vegetable matter, and I'm thinking of doing that outside because I've just been kind of picking the best pieces and trying really hard not to have so much vegetable matter everywhere, but my floor is covered with it. So this is another one. And I think that these two bats go very well together because I have some of this kind of yellowish greenish that this has. So I think they look very lovely together. So I think that I'm going to put them together. Probably what I will do is I'll spin these as one whole, and then I'll spin white and then ply it together. This is another bat. And this one, let's see if it'll come apart. Oh yeah, there it is. This one I really love. This one I'm not sure what I did with this one different, but this one blended out very beautifully here. And on this back side it is not blended at all. So these are a few of the things that I have been working on. And now to show y'all the thing that I'm very excited for. So I've been watching quite a few videos. There's this one person called, I'll have her linked down below. She's very interesting. She makes a lot of videos of color, different places, different things, origin of color or something like that. Very amazing. So I watched, she did have one on matter, not necessarily, she doesn't necessarily dye a lot of fiber that I've seen. She is a textile artist, so what she dyes is bits and pieces of silk and cotton and just lovely things, because she makes these beautiful art pieces. So I watched her, and then I watched another person as well, and they talked about wolf, and that's weight of fiber. So I thought that was very interesting. I did take that into consideration. So what I did was I did let y'all know yesterday. I did the alum for the morning, and I did weigh all of that out. So this is, I get those boxes of Paradise Fibers, and this one was one, I believe, the first year of 2020. I believe in the winter we got 6 or 8 ounces of poly worth, the one that I'm dyeing currently, and it came with this bag. So this bag is getting blown out. Doesn't look like my skin color. It's more of a pinky, but it is a cotton, so it didn't necessarily, if that show, no, it's not showing anything. I don't know, I didn't it for cotton. So there's different types of things that you're supposed to do for cotton and for as opposed to wool. And then this is the very rough wool that I had. And look at that. It's amazing. It came out lovely. It's not showing up on camera. I will have to do something. I might insert a picture. And I just have different bits and bobs. These were all pieces that I combed. So they're lovely. It's just so beautiful. And I can't believe it. Like it looks so pretty. There's some that are lighter, and I'm not necessarily sure as to why. They were in the dye pot. There was nothing sticking out, but like this one is also the rougher wool. So this one, as opposed to this one, you can't really necessarily see, but this one is much lighter and this one was the finer wool. So I thought that was very interesting. I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it. Oh yeah, but you can tell, oh yeah, but these two pieces you can see. This is much darker than this is. So I'm not necessarily sure what that has to do with it, but maybe I'm going to look that up and see. And so this is, I believe, I want to say 2 ounces. Oh yes, I do have a braid outside, so I'll be right back. So this all was weight of 4 ounces. And this is that Polyworth. I always forget that if you have it in a braid, there will be a lot of white spots. So this to me is like a salmony color with quite a lot of white. So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with how it came out. I always forget that. I've only dyed a few things, but every single time that I dye, I forget. I forget what I'm not supposed to do. But nevertheless, I do think that this came out very, very beautiful. Still not all the way dry yet. It's back to its fluffy self, which is really nice, because sometimes I'm not necessarily the most gentle person when it comes to picking up my fiber. And so when you pick up the fiber when it's hot, it can risk getting felted. So it's always really great to see it pop back to life. But so this is all 4 ounces, and I do have another 4 ounces to go. I have saved the exhaust bath, and I will be using other, I do have so much white wool or cream colored wool, so I'll be using some of that to dye more here in the future. So let's see. Yeah, it's not showing up. It's light, but it's not that light. It's a little bit darker. I'm not sure. Looking at it now, I'm thinking I might just put it back in a bath, because I would have really loved to reach this color. Again, I'm not too sure why this did not dye as well. It got the same treatment. It had the same amount of alum. The only thing that I could maybe think of would be that this one was on top of the other fiber, and so this got more of the mordant, possibly. I was not shaking or moving the mordant enough, which might honestly be the thing. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll just keep it in this braid and put it in. And so I'm thinking, because there's quite a bit of white, so hopefully I can keep some of this original color, but I can add some more color. So I'll see how that dye pot is looking tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be, look at that, that's so beautiful. Tomorrow I'll be using the other dye, and that other dye is tap water. So I'm going to see how that goes. Oh, and then in this one, so I kept both of them, but I did end up I kept the water from this, but what I did was I added some lime to the to half of it. So I'm going to see if that does something as well. There's going to be quite a bit of dyeing going on this week, so that sounds really funny now that I think about it. But I am really, really happy with these results. I feel like I know I'm going to put this back in another bath, but I feel like it really showed me a lot. And I'm just quite happy with how this came out. I'm very anxious to see the dye pot from the tap water, because the tap water is actually producing a darker, it looks a lot darker in the water than the other one did. So I kind of thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought the tap water was going to produce a lighter color. So I want to see. I do have that other dye, and I do have the roots still in there, because in that other video that I saw, she had said that it can take up to like 3 days for you to extract the dye. So I'm wondering if, because that is one thing that I did do differently. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at like science, so it's not all the same. This other dye has been in there, the madder root has been in there for longer than the one that I did yesterday. So that might be something. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to show you all tomorrow. Right now I have everything, and I have it in the mordant, the alum. I saw something else, and they said to boil it if it's going to be for wool. So I'm actually boiling wool right now. I've done it before. It is kind of nice wool, it's again another paradise. We get a lot of white. That's one of the reasons why I have not really been into the paradise fibers lately, because we've been getting just quite a bit of white. I'm happy now that I can dye it, but the one that I have now has something shiny in it. I think it's either tencel or silk. I'm going to look it up. It was from January 2021. So I'm going to see what that is. And then I put in some silk. A very small amount of silk. I know that silk is different dyeing wise, so I'll be happy if I get a tinge of color, because I use quite a bit of silk in my things anyway, and I just have white and a creamish color, so if I have a tinge of orange, that'll be fantastic. And then I had some cotton sliver. I have yet to spin cotton, so that'll be exciting. And then I also have a tiny bit of linen. And then I have silk, I believe, caps. I have 2 silk caps. And then I have the rest of the wool. I was putting in all this stuff and I was really excited. And then I thought, and I was like, well, I should probably put some of the wool that I used in the first place so that I can see how that goes, because it is an experiment and you do want to keep some of the variables the same or similar at least. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And after this week, I believe next week, I'm going to be doing either black walnut or purple corn. I'm not sure. I might just do black walnut, because then I can produce some browns, and I can, if I just know it's going to be brown, it won't be a big deal, because the purple corn, I really want to see what happens with that. So thank you so much for tuning in. This one's a long one. This is my first 20-minute video, so I'm really excited. Hope I wasn't too boring for y'all today, but thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate y'all. Have a great evening or day or whenever y'all watch this. Bye.